So today we're going to see about the biochemistry of hyperoxaluria. Basically, hyperoxaluria, oxal defines oxalate, urea defines, as you all know, urine. So basically hyperoxaluria is a normal physiological condition wherein after if anyone takes oxalate rich diet like green leafy vegetables, for example green tea, sesame seeds and all, their blood, the oxalate will increase in the blood as well as in the urine. So this is normal physiology. But in certain conditions like primary hyperoxaluria, we can there is a congenital defect. So first we'll see the pathway. So then we'll discuss about this disease. So here we have the mitochondria, here the peroxisome, and glycine transaminase or alanine glycine transaminase is only found in peroxisome. This is normal. But in the case of hyperoxaluria, this is produced in the mitochondria, which is not specific. So let's see the normal pathway first. So this is glycine. So this is basically a metabolic disorder of the glycine pathway. Glycine. Glycine is turning into glyoxylate with the help of enzyme glycine oxidase, and also here ammonia is getting released. This is basically oxidative deamination, and glyoxylate is getting converted into glycolate with help of enzyme glycolate reductase, and this glycolate is getting transferred from mitochondria into peroxisome. This glycolate is then converted again to glyoxylate by glycolate oxidase. Here it is getting reduced, here it is getting oxidized, and here glyoxylate and alanine both combine to form glycine and pyruvate. And also here we can see that glycine is glucogenic. That means from pyruvate glucose can be produced, and this is non-essential. This amino acid is non-essential. Here the this step is brought up by AGT or glycine transaminase. So in the case of hyperoxaluria, this is a phenomenon called protein targeting defect. So instead of body making this enzyme inside this peroxisome, it's defectively produced in mitochondria, which is not specific. So there will be this glyoxylate leaking into this mitochondria, and this glyoxylate will get converted into oxalate with the help of lactate dehydrogenase. This oxalate sometimes combines with calcium ions and forms calcium oxalates. And as we all know, the renal stones are made up of calcium oxalate, so it will lead to urolithiasis. Formation of calcium oxalate stones in kidney, bladder and ureter. Renal failure. Obviously it leads to renal failure because the kidney up to a certain extent it can't excrete the excess of calcium oxalate crystals in the body. And nephrolithiasis related to the tubules, the nephrons. And oxalosis. Oxalosis is that's what I said. At a certain point of time, the calcium oxide crystals start to accumulate elsewhere in the body, like eyes, heart, brain, etc., muscles. So and also hematuria. So this can occur in any ages, like from a small baby and to basically babies or the people, those who have this hyperoxaluria, primary hyperoxaluria, type 1. Type 1 is severe, type 2 is mild. Type 2, they have the probability of low survival rate, so they won't thrive. Actually, they will present as early as possible, like 10 months, a 10 months old baby, referring to suprapubic pain, fever. The patient will present with fever, suprapubic pain, the signs will be bilateral renal stones, etc. So this is what we saw today. To sum up, this is a defect in metabolism of glycine, and here the glycine is getting converted to glycolate, and glycolate entering into peroxisome, and glycolate and alanine both combine to form glycine and pyruvate. But here, in this case of primary hyperoxaluria, this AGT or glycine transaminase is has like it will undergo this phenomena, this DARE phenomena, protein targeting defect, where this enzyme is produced in the mitochondria, where it is not that useful because it's necessary, it's here. So this glyoxylate will be deviated in this path. So the glyoxylate will leak into the mitochondria, and this glyoxylate will turn into oxalate with the help of lactate dehydrogenase, and this oxalate will combine into calcium ions and start depositing in kidneys and to a more extent elsewhere of organs elsewhere in the body.